Hello my good friends, and welcome to episode 42 of One Credit Classics. We're back on the SNES. We've done a big run of MAME games, and the SNES, as I say in a lot of these videos, is really a console that's at kind of the heart of it all for me. It's the first console that I think I truly embraced and realised that made me realise, I suppose, that I was going to be doing stuff like this for a very, very, very long time. We're going to be looking at F-Zero, but before I go into F-Zero and the bits and pieces about how it came about and all the rest of it, a few quick shout-outs. Obviously we're back now, but the break that we had over the summer, I had loads of people messaging me, and there's been loads of kind of a real push over the last few weeks, and everybody's been like really supportive and really cool. So thanks to everybody who's commented on the videos and watched the videos. Special shout-outs to the following people who have really pushed the envelope when it comes to commenting and all the rest of it. Prince Watercress, King Monkey, Santi Game Tracks, my good friend Aunt Bell, Pixel Girl, Mr. Callum Standard, Collector Extraordinaire, Superfan Chris, Strider Caden, the Super Punch-Out Sensation, Mark Stevens, Colonel Falcon, Robin, PHOV, and Awesome Wells. And also, my good friend Hello Japan. F-Zero was a launch title for the Super Nintendo. It originally came out developed by Nintendo EAD, which stood for Entertainment, Analysis and Development. And the primary creator was Shigeru Miyamoto. Who else? This was a launch title, and an important one, because it really showed off what the system could do, specifically with Mode 7 and graphical rotations of that nature. But everything, it's perhaps one of the most Super Nintendo games of all time. It's got that piercing Super Nintendo synth horn soundtrack, it's got loads of Mode 7, dead vibrant, dead colourful, it's dead fast. Came out in Japan November 1990, in August in America, August 91, and in 92 in the EU. And the music, which is dead iconic, especially some of the later levels, was done by two gentlemen, Naoto Ishida and Yumiko Kanki. And the game takes place in 2560, where billionaires have created this sport, the sport you see now based on Formula 1, with vehicles that can hover 1 foot above the ground. There's 4 characters you can pick, and a unique kind of thing really for racing games, certainly of the time, because a lot of the differences that you saw with previous racing games, kind of 80s, there wasn't that much difference between if you could select any different cars. A lot of it was kind of cosmetic. You have 4 choices of drivers, each with their own car. You have Captain Falcon, who went on to feature in a lot of other games, Smash Brothers, stuff like that, with the Blue Falcon. You have Dr. Stewart, who drives the Golden Fox. Pico drives the Wild Goose. And Samurai Goro, who drives the Fire Stingray, which is the one that most people who are dead serious about speedrunning and things like that used. F-Zero has 3 leagues, 15 tracks, 5 tracks per league, and 5 laps per track. So there's so much stuff to kind of get on with, really. We're going to be doing all 3 leagues in this playthrough, so I'm going to do Knight, Queen, and King, not Joker, as my wife has written on my notes here. And how it works is that every time you do a lap, you get points. If you're in first, you get 900, and then it goes down 2, 3, and 4 below, so to 600, 400, and 200. If you finish first, you get 2005. Second is 1500, and third is 1000. And basically, for every 10,000 points you get an extra life. Which, if you're kind of, if you're really good, then you basically it's a nice kind of fallback option to have. But I'll be honest with you, and you'll probably see here, there's some of these tracks, especially the later ones, are an absolute nightmare. So it's good to kind of with the earlier stages of the King League, especially, to try and perform as well as possible and stack some lives up. It's just one of those games that, I remember seeing this for the first time in Boots of all places. Boots had a SNES, and when they used to sell computer games, obviously, like, they stopped. But when Boots sold video games, up by the counter they had a SNES, and they had this running. And it holds on this demo, as you've probably seen, for ages, and then this starts. And as soon as this started, I didn't have a SNES at the time, but I was just like capsulated immediately. Just the colour, the animation, the music, the rotations, everything about it just made me think to myself, like, what? This console is far and away more powerful than anything I have access to at the moment. Like, this is something that I need to investigate, and something that I need to really become like a part of. And it came to fruition not long after that, because obviously my brother bought a Super Nintendo, and we had one in the house for a very long time, and I've got one now, and it's that console, isn't it? one of the best consoles ever made from one of the best eras in gaming. It's just perfect. That's why you see all the stuff about the mini SNES, excuse me, going crazy. It's not just the fact that everybody's trying to make money on it. It's the fact that it's a great kind of console. And the game selection on the mini SNES is really good, in all fairness. But it's an iconic piece of gaming history and gaming hardware. So what we are going to do is race around all these 15 tracks. I was going to say try not to crash. I ain't going to promise you that. I'm going to try and finish. I'm going to try and win. And hopefully you'll get a good taste of just exactly why this game's so well loved and well respected. And why, more than anything, like everything we do here, it's just so much fun. Let's go do it. Get comfortable, my friends. This is probably going to take a while. So to start with, I am going to use the green car, which is the Wild Goose. Second heaviest car, Night League, and it is standard. This car driven by Pico, who is a contract killer in this particular part of the story. So, probably the most recognizable kind of level stroke bit of music. Your controls, you basically got accelerate, you got brake, you've got a button that does a turbo. You get a turbo every time you do a lap. When you jump, if you hold down incidentally, you go higher. And if you hold down when you land, you also don't lose speed when you land. Settle down. You see L and R, you've got kind of a drift to kind of steer a little bit. Those things you go over, they give you a bit of extra health. You can see I've got 1S now under my my ship count bottom right hand corner. That means I've got a turbo that'll save. So I don't need one just yet. The deal with this ship, the Wild Goose, is the fact that it's probably the sturdiest one. See, I've turboed there just because I've gone. That stuff there just slows you down. The thing with this is it might not have the best acceleration, but top end's really good. And like I say, it's really kind of sturdy as well. So once you develop with this one and with the Fire Stingray, which is the pink one, which I'll be using later on, if you open a bit of a lead up, you'll notice that it's easy to kind of hold it out a little bit, stretch it a little bit. Oh god. Oh, see, I lost a bit of energy there. Nothing too serious. As you can see, you get slowly but surely ranked out in terms of you need to be over a certain position in order to carry on racing. So the safe, so now currently you'll see for me it says rank 1 because I'm in first. It says safe 5. What that means is if I'm in 5th or above, it'll let me do another lap. Now that flashing ship there, if I hit that, it'll blow up. They become a bit of a nightmare later on. And that's how it works. As you complete more laps, the number goes kind of higher and higher until it's 3. And then you've got to finish in the top 3 in order to qualify for the next race. The other thing is you get more points for finishing a lap in a higher position. So if you finish a lap in first, you get more than second and third, etc. And when you finish the race overall, if you finish obviously higher, you get more points. And points are really useful on this because for every 10,000 points you get extra life. If you're good, you can get kind of 6,000-ish per race. Oh no, I've messed that up a little bit. Oh no. Problem is, I might struggle with the acceleration. Let's see. Yeah, that check thing. If that gets closer. Oh, Captain Falcon right behind me there. Oh, look at him. Dickhead. Yeah, slower last lap. But good fourth lap there. Those flashing ones mean that that's the fastest time I've done on that. So that's pretty decent. Onwards to Big Blue. Only one Big Blue level, and it's got probably the best music. Well, I always thought it was the best music in the game, but it might not be. It's really good, though. Silence, which is the last level on this cup, is really good. And Firefield, which is the last level on the King Cup, is really good as well. This is good for all the guitar fills and the little solo bits. Right, I can talk again now. I just never want to talk over that solo bit. It's amazing. It's just so catchy. The soundtrack's such a big part of why this game's good as well. Because it's so SNES in it. They're like tweaky and solo-y with that clean sounding like digital horn and that kind of Japanese, the kind of J-funk bass on a load of the songs. It's just perfect. I mean, it doesn't get much more SNES in this game in a lot of respects, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like that vision of kind of the 90s future that like the SNES really was then. Amazing, do you know what I mean? Amazing graphics, amazing sound. Designed by Shigeru Miyamoto. And boatloads of Mode 7, I mean, God almighty, it's as SNES as it gets in it. Solo. Right, let's go on the side here. Alright. You have got brake as well. The thing with this car, or craft, or whatever you want to call it, the Wild Goose and the pink one, I can never remember the name of. They're kind of like it's weird. They kind of remind me of Donkey Kong and Bowser in Mario Kart, just with better handling. You've got loads of top speed, but like no acceleration. But the fact that you've got the best handling with this means that you can kind of go into corners a bit faster, and do you know what I mean? You're losing less speed through them. I can see why everybody uses kind of the Blue Falcon and maybe even the Golden Fox, although things made out of paper, I swear. It's so hard not to die with that. Right. That noise means extra life, 10,000, decent. 11.9 I got there. Pretty solid race in there. Nothing to write home about, but just but nice consistent times. The Fire Stingray, that pink one. Right, Sand Ocean. You notice what I'm doing as well is nip out. Oh, I didn't quite do that. As I just trying to demonstrate and mess it up. Because obviously these cars aren't the this one and the Stingray aren't the fastest in terms of off the line. If you accelerate at kind of full speed, you'll accelerate a bit and then it'll slow down a little bit. You'll get like a burst of speed, then it'll stop. What you need to do is get that and then just go hard to the right so you can get in front of one of the more faster cars, and it'll give you a nudge up to top speed. But that's the thing with this. I mean, we're at what, 400 kilometers an hour now? Well, we were anyhow. The top end, this will do kind of 460, which is really very fast. See him give me a nudge there. Just see what we get to on this straight. Yeah, 440, you see. But I mean, I hardly lost any speed going around that corner. Oh, come on. Lost quite a bit there, but I would have had to slow down here anyway for this turn. Obviously the bits on the outside you'd slow down there. You see what it says check behind me? As that gets faster flashing, it means that the car behind me is closer. So you'll probably see, because I hit the side there and there, slow down a bit, you'll probably see I might get a check coming soon. Somebody might have got a bit of time on me. Hit the turbo there, you see. That's quite nicely timed. Didn't mean to bounce off the wall like that, but still, we'll take it. Oof. We're alright. So Super Nintendo this is. It's just absolutely incredible. It's a bit like, makes sense for it to be a launch title though, you think about it. Like, you couldn't play a game like this on any other systems. Do you know what I mean? You're kind of young and impressionable and you want a new console, and do you know what I mean? You see a console that can do this, it's like vastly different to what you've seen before. You're not getting this on a Mega Drive, it's not going to be able to handle the scrolling for one. It's not going to sound like this as well. It's not going to be as fast either. Despite what the Mega Drive heads would tell you about blast processing. Bless them. Right, inside. Oh, settle down. Nicky louder. Let's have a look. No, I should be alright here. No, I didn't need that. Well, that's the good thing about, like I say, about this. It is fairly it's fairly sturdy, the old Wild Goose. Shout out to my friend Steve Sowerby, by the way, who one I haven't seen for ages, but we always used to talk video games. He's a cool cat. I got a lot of time for him. But he said on a recent thing that I put up that this craft was his favourite one, and he's got a good point. It's very good. What I'm going to try and do is use a couple of the crafts for different clears. I think I'll try and use the blue. I'll use the blue one, I think, for the middle course, and then I'll have to try and use the fire sting. You've got to try the last one. The king levels, you've got to try and use the stingray for that, because it's just the best, isn't it? I could just use the stingray for all of them if I'm being honest, but it's nice to have kind of a few different looks. Do you know what I mean? Oh, come on, really? Perfect. That's what happens when your car weighs nearly 1,700 kilograms. Good cup of tea, that. Good overall time as well, eh? Oh, and a really fast second lap. Who's next? Red Canyon, is it? Oh, Deathwind. Beautiful. I hate this one. This is hard. So as you can see here, I didn't do that deliberately. Automatically, what you see here is the fact that you go slamming into the walls. And you go slamming into the walls because there is a massive crosswind. So what you need to do is try and hit these, yeah. But what you'll find is why this kind of helps you out, really, you and the Stingray, is the fact that when you hit one of these, it'll take you above, and then when you go down, you'll go down to your maximum speed. So it's kind of quite helpful because your maximum speed is higher than everybody else's. So everybody else will go like all the way up to whatever it is, 700, and then go down to maybe 410 or 420. And then I'll do it, and I'll go down to, oh god, I won't get anything. 460, I can see he's going to come past me here, is he? No, if I can hit this, I should be alright. Should really see, yeah, I'll save a couple, I won't use it. Because you get the boosts when you go around anyway, so I'll probably save those turbos in case anything bad happens. Oh, come on, that was rubbish. But like I say, I'm still faster than him anyway. And I'm loads heavier than him as well. So he always comes off worse if he hits me. No. I'm going to save these turbos, not really. I'm going to mess up hitting the arrows, and I'm just going to absolutely blitz them all. There we go. Oh, I'm going to struggle here, I think. Yeah, I thought as much. Never mind. Got the turbo spare. If he comes past me, yeah, he will do. No. Just so much faster with this car. Such a good shout. I'll keep those 2 turbos in case anything happens. Right, come on. Oh. Yeah. Oh, come on. I've got a table on here, though. I should be alright. Yeah. Decent. See, not my favourite, that one. And when we come back and do the next one... oh, not bad. When we come back and do the next one, which is in the King League... Deathwind 2. Deathwind 2 is probably the second hardest. Well, it's either the hardest or the second hardest. I love this song. Yeah, I didn't do that well. This funk bass now. We're alright though. That's the thing with this craft as well. It's so sturdy. It's like a Volvo 340. The Volvo 340 DL, the first car I ever owned. Absolute beast. D-Reg, monster. Shoutouts to good friend of the channel and good friend of mine, Mr. Hayden Hughes, for furnishing that particular Volvo with a Apex Performance sticker, which he convinced me added at least 30 brake horsepower to it. Which I did believe him. It was wheel spinning all over the place after I put that sticker in place. People weren't ready for it. But that was the beauty of the Volvo. It was a simple time. It's like 14 years ago or something. Must have been. Wow, we've been friends for 14 years. Craziness. Feels a lot longer than that. In a good way, you understand. Right. Ah, tit. Still. I mean, that wasn't the best idea. Tried it in the turbo to try and go over the thing, you see, but go over the kind of dirt, but really? It's an instinct reaction the second you go over something that slows you down. If you've got a turbo that makes you quicker, it's like, quick, use that. And you think to yourself, no, there's a really difficult sequence of corners coming up now. God almighty, I slatted him. He did. Right. Come on. We'll do it this time. No, we won't. And I'll do exactly the same thing again. Sorry. Right. Come on. Settle down. Catchy. Right. Do you know what? I'm just going to go the normal way. I'm going to turbo as well. Oh, God. That could have gone badly. I've got turbos. Yeah, I have. Because he's going to try and go past me now, I think. Yeah, of course he is. Yeah, I'll keep hold of this. Samurai Goro and the Fire Stingray. Laters. It always pays to keep one of them spare. Not a bad little score, that. Oh, nice funk as well. Yeah, Pico and the Wild Goose. A solid performance. Did I win everyone? Certainly looks like it. And I was first place on most of the laps round as well. That's a solid performance. But yeah, like, there's more levels obviously in the later courses. Like there's 2 more cups with 5 races again on each one. So I mean, it gets harder obviously. It gets a lot harder. The last one's pretty ridiculous. Like it's not even all of the last one. It's the last couple of levels really. But yeah, hopefully we'll be all right. Like I say, the car that the pink car there, the Fire Stingray, is like, you need that for those last levels. Solid. Right, onwards. Grand Prix once again. Do you know what? I will use this one. Yeah, the Blue Falcon. Ridden by Captain Falcon. Can you see him in the front there? Yeah, you can just about. Right, and we're going to go Queen League and Standard. Mute City 2. This car, seen as a good solid beginner's car, and it is in a lot of respects. It's kind of, acceleration's pretty good, second best acceleration, the top speed isn't too bad. The one thing that lets it down is, well, two things to be honest. It's not super sturdy, and the other thing is the fact that it doesn't handle amazingly. Like, it's a bit, I don't know, it's a bit woolly. Kind of goes around corners like it's on ice or something. But it's good to have a go with all these different cars, just so you can get a see. 'Cause it's just boring if you use the same thing all the time. Not for me. It's easy, to be honest. Like, it's easier if I use the best car all the time. But it's nice to give you good people a look at kind of the different options. Nice. Like I say, hold down when you're at a jump, you go much higher, and then if you hold down as you land, you don't lose anywhere near as much speed. You might lose the odd 1 or 2 mile an hour, but you don't lose, like, if you don't hold anything, you lose like 60, 70 kilometers an hour, isn't it? So right. Same iconic music blast. I do love this. The other good thing about hitting jumps is obviously it makes you speed up quite a bit, and if you use the holding down technique, so you go up and over, and you don't lose the speed, it's worth doing because you speed up as you do it. So right, 2 more laps left. Yeah, like I say, it is a good beginner's car, I think this is. But it's one of those things that, like, oh god, see, that took loads of damage. I've used the turbo there when I didn't really need to. Oh god. It's alright. Golden Fox out of there. Fox in the box. Franny Jeffers. Niche. Francis Jeffers was rubbish. Anyhow, I didn't really watch football anymore. I did then, though. I did in the 90s. I think everybody did. To some degree. I think you're the right age, aren't you, really? I'm like 37 tomorrow. I'll give you a good clue as to when this was actually released. 37 now. In a row. I'm going to make that joke all year long if you've ever seen Clerks. Which I'm assuming you all have, being as you're all the Generation X. Deadbeats like I am. Right, while this happens, I'm going to open the window. Because you know what? It's got quite warm in here. Ah, that's better. Beautiful. Right, where are we? Ah, good time. On to Port Town 1. Bit of a jump at the start. So yeah, I might as well just do this regularly, try not to get hit. There's a couple of extra little kind of niggles on this course, if I remember rightly. Is this the one with the first time you see the rails that sit there? There you go. Now, there's a good way of getting around it. Is like, it's on the left one, if you hold the right trigger down, what you'll find is that you won't immediately go across to it. If you just drive anywhere near it, it'll suck you straight onto it. But if you hold the trigger down, it's the opposite way. So obviously, like, you notice that, like, left does like your left sharp corner and right does your right sharp corner. So one on the left, if you just don't do anything else, but if you just hold right down, the right trigger down, you'll notice that you'll kind of come on, that was such bollocks. You know, you should just stay away from it, like. So if I'm here, for example, there you see, it doesn't work as well with Falcon, but it still works alright. Right. Turbo there, should catch up a little bit. Tits, I didn't need that. Use 2 turbos there, basically. Turbo. Anyhow. Just Google it. Google Herbo Turbo Boxing if you haven't already. Because it's quite funny. Anyhow. Oh. Right. Where am I? Second, that's not too bad. How many more laps? 2 more. Right. Get a good bit of energy as well. Yeah, I think we'll be fine here. There's the golden fox there. Driven by a doctor. Can't remember what his name is. It's like Dr. Stewart or something, I think. It's not Dr. Fox, obviously. It's not a convicted celebrity paedophile, Dr. Fox. Oh, well. No wonder he always used to play Ultimate Chaos on the Pepsi Network chart show. But he loved him. Anyhow, that's terrible. There's time and a place for convicted paedophile jokes. That time and a place is when I am speaking to my good mate, Chris Jagger, at work. Anyhow. Allegedly. Right, that's terrible. What are we, last lap? Yeah, I've got a turbo spare as well. Turbo in the bag. Right, I've got to try and not at this thing, but I don't like my odds. Yeah, smashed it. Never mind. Kept the turbo safe, which is always good. And 10,000 for an extra life. Swish. How is that the fastest lap I've ever done? Christ. Where are we now? Red Canyon 1. Now, Samurai Goro, the guy who drives the Fire Stingray, the guy to the left, is the leader of a gang of bandits, and they kind of roam around here. Bit of trivia for you. Now, there's 2 versions of it. Oh, come on. I see. That is such bollocks, isn't it? Like you would have made that. Anyhow. There's another version of this. There's a Red Canyon 2 that you do later on. It's got like a hidden jump, and I'll try and hit that. Yeah, Dr. Stewart, the guy who drives the Golden Foxes. A respected MD who took up F-Zero racing after his dad died, apparently. According to the law. Oh, come on. I didn't need to do that, really. Blue Monday. Classic bit of Blue Monday drumming. Right, 3 more left. See, in another way, I suppose, it is a bit forgiving having a car like this with good acceleration. Because if you do lose a bit round the corner, it's not as big a deal. You can kind of pick it up a little bit. Whereas, like, with the Fire Stingray or the Wild Goose, if you take a hit on a corner, then generally you slow down quite considerably. It takes you a while to get that speed back. But you're relying on the fact that, 1, you're fairly indestructible. 2, because you're heavier than everybody else. Everybody usually comes off worse if they hit you. And 3, like, you generally don't tend to hit as much stuff on corners because you can handle loads better. So it's easier to do kind of quite a few laps at a bigger tilt, really. This is such bollocks. Right, have I got any? Yeah, I've got a couple of turbos left. How many more? Right, next I'll go around this corner and then I'll hit one. That is such bollocks. Got the end of it anyhow. There you go. Just turbo round here if I can get past him. There we go. Solid. Fast last time, that. Right. The first of 2 Whiteland levels, quite randomly. I say it's random just because it's strange that you get 2 levels, both of the same kind of like 2 versions of the same level. So like if you had your Mario Kart, you never do Mario Kart 1 and then Mario Kart 2 straight afterwards. And that's the thing with this. You do Whiteland 2 next, which is a tough one because it's the one with that jump in. You'll see what I mean when we get there. It's an absolute nightmare. Oh god, that's terrible. I've just about pulled that round. There we go. Right, I need to go round here and cut inside. Ah, that's better. That isn't though. Come on. Right. Right, 2 more laps. It's not like Apollo in here. What's he in Rocky 3? We teach it when he's swimming. 5 more laps. Right. That was quite nice. That's better. Well, I'm going to blatantly go to the back of this one now. Am I? Oh, not that much. Come on. Oh, no, we're alright. 3 turbos here, haven't used. Gonna come around here and then try and hit a turbo on it with the last home straight. Yeah, tough old course this. Harder than you did. Deceptively hard, should we say. In the same way that I'm deceptively tall. Although I'm not, I'm just actually tall. I've got a lot better at not slouching. Solid. 35.62. Right. Now, where the fun really begins. Whiteland 2. Now here's the thing that makes this difficult. There's a jump, right? And you have to be going a certain speed to clear it. Also, I thought, because what actually happens is, if you pull down, look at the state of that. If you pull down while you're, while you're about to hit a jump, this is bollocks. Yeah, if you pull down where you're going to hit a jump, what'll happen is you'll go a lot further. And you'll do like an elevated jump, and you need to do that to clear this. Because normally, you'd never be going fast enough here in order to clear it. So if I'm here, if I hold down, see, I make that jump quite easily. Whereas normally, you ain't got hope. Hopefully, I can get some energy back here. That's not too bad. That's better. Ugh. That is the problem. You do get absolutely catapulted around if any of the heavier cars hit you. 5th, come on. I'll smash this jump here. Get a Samurai Goro. Jesus, I'm taking quite a bit of damage there. Try and get some back. Better. Right. Oh, that was better. Smoother. These two dickheads. Right. Can I get on the inside? Yes. Solid. Right. What's the... Dr. Stewart. Is that Jackie Stewart racing that? Whole thing with like I had to read the I found a PDF of the instruction manual because when I'm trying to beat these games, what I do is like I won't give myself the luxury of like I won't look on Game Facts or do you know what I mean, or any of the places like that. Really, I'll try and just get it done kind of the old-fashioned way. I'll just put time in and try and get better and better and better slowly, and that for me is probably the most rewarding part of it. But like I just couldn't make this jump, and I didn't realize it said in the instruction manual if you hold down you jump further. Which just sounds like a bit of a hack in itself, but oh, come on. Fucked it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That's why this level's so hard. On the last pissing lap as well. Right. Well, obviously we're going to try again. Can you imagine if that was it? Yeah. See you next week. It is always this one. Do you know what? It's always that bastard jump. Still. Could be worse. A lot worse. Could be driving Dr. Fox's paedophile machine. Come on, that was terrible. His name's not Dr. Fox, it's Dr. Stewart. But he's a doctor and he drives the Golden Fox. I mean, come on. You'd be a fool not to make that joke, really. Right. Right. Didn't make that by a lot. Save the turbo for the jump. Get as much health back. Yeah, we're basically on full. We'll be fine here. Provided we don't get absolutely shafted like we did on that jump last time. You do get sent for a loop when that thing hits you. It's so much heavier than yours. Like, it's better. The lightest car's the Golden Fox. Like, it's like just over 1,000 kilograms. That one's like 1,900. That here, the fire one is. Naughty. 3 more. Come on. No idea how the geezer driving the Golden Fox is first. Playing a blinder. Because right near the end, like I say, it gets ridiculously hard to try and win anything in that thing. Just because you're just so frail. You're just seeing a break at any point. Like, it's so easy to just get a nudge, and then you're flying into a wall, and then because of how fast you're going, a lot of the time you'll find that you'll take 2 or 3 hits. And that's like, seems to be like 30-40% of your bar. Right, that's good. Right. It's not too bad. I was going to turbo then, because if I didn't, I needed to jump. That's garbage. Not too bad though. See, you have got, like I say, the one benefit is that you have got fairly decent acceleration, so you can bump yourself out of a lot of tough spots normally. We're alright, we're alright. Shouldn't need much more here. Just keep that turbo. Keep that turbo for the jump. Better. That's not good. Should be alright though. Let's see. It's alright, it's alright. Let's straighten this up here. I should have had another run at that. I can't believe that's happened twice. God almighty. Well, it's still in the same credit technically, but it's not some of my best. It's the same thing again and again. Like, it's a good job I had those lives. Right. Third time's the charm. It's gonna be a massive file to convert when I come to convert this actual video, I swear. It's gonna be so many, like, it's gonna be... I imagine it's probably gonna be over an hour. I bet it's the broadside of 60 gig. God almighty. I'll have to stick it in my ebooks with all the other big files. Allegedly. Once again, a joke aimed at potentially 5 people. Luckily enough, my wife isn't one of them, so... Anyhow, details. She's got more than me. Anyhow. Right. There you go. Get that, Pico. Hey up. No, we're alright. God almighty, that frightened the life out of me. We're alright. We are alright. Rocking and rolling. Right. How many more? I didn't even watch. 3, I'd assume. Yeah, 'cause it's 15, 10, 7, 5, 3. So 3 more laps at this pace. Come on. Really? It's alright. It just feels so unfathomably vulnerable when you come to that jump. Because you've got like such a short space to make that bit actually happen. And turbo or no turbo, like. If you don't got a straight run, like now, I wouldn't make it. Right, let's do this bit of space. I'm lost for words here. I've never driven this badly before on Whiteland 2. It's been the last crack at it. I'll get an extra life if I do like 3 laps here because you get so many points. God almighty. This is terrible. I despair at this. I really do. Still. Is this level of dogged determination that separates me from every lazy millennial gamer that I seem to get in arguments with? Who says that Crash Bandicoot's too hard? It's not too hard, you just suck. That's all it is. That's just literally all it is. Right. Made that right. Okay. Anyhow, 4 more laps. Yeah, extra life. Swish. I might bloody need it at this rate. might try going round these, not actually going over them. So I still lose quite a bit of speed though. I'm going a bit faster there, I suppose. But we'll see. See if it makes a difference. There we go. How many more? 3. Come on. You see why this is so hard now? It's so situations outside your control. You get nudged on that jump, you ain't got a friggin' chance. But yeah, I'm going fairly fast here, so let's try the method that you should use rather than going over those. See, that hasn't worked because I've cut too far inside. I've lost loads of speed anyway. Right, what we're going to do here. Oh, I think I'm alright. How many more? How many more? 2. Right, come on. Oh, there's something about when you just keep dying on something. It is properly character building now. The funny thing with this, though, I think that, like, even the day and age of kind of where you can get help online and stuff with games like this, I think they only help you kind of so much. I think at the end of the day, you can watch people do this stuff, but you still got to do it yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you want to do this jump, then you've got to put the time in and get good at making that jump. You know what I mean? If you want to beat F-Zero on this difficulty setting, then you need to invest some time into it, learn the track, to get good at the handling, all that stuff. You can watch people do it. I watch people do like the hardest difficulty setting, the master levels on with the Fire Stingray. Like, he's setting like time trial records, like not hitting any of the barriers, and be like, oh, that looks that easy. Yeah, it's nothing like that easy. It's the R-Type effect, mate. Everything looks easy when you're watching somebody else do it. It's alright, it's alright. Made the jump. That's all that matters. Holy Christ. Wow, certainly melted. You got your money's worth out of that, didn't you? You probably never want to see that track ever again. I know I piss him down. Oh, a cup of tea's still warm as well. That's a good sign. What time is it? Jesus. This music is so funky, though. Can you imagine if in the replay here he bailed the jump? Go on. It's round here, isn't it? Is it this left? Yes. Go on. Miles. He was fine there. Miles and smiles. Once again, joke to an audience of one person who doesn't even watch these videos. Miles and Smiles, just so you know, is the airline loyalty scheme for Turkish Airlines. I know, niche, right? And me and my good friend, stroke judge in Hombre, Mr. David Letherby, often we used to judge quite a lot in Jordan, so we used the Miles and Smiles cards to get points. And my suitcase broke a couple of months ago, and I had enough points to buy another suitcase. Well, to get another suitcase for free. So yeah, probably wasn't worth explaining that, was it? But that's that. Okay. Yeah. Whiteland 2. The final Grand Prix. I mean, look at that. All top end. The Fire Stingray. Ridden by Samurai Goro. King League standard. Whew. And a Mute City to start. See if I can, yeah, you haven't got enough to nip across there. It doesn't really matter with this because, as you can see, I mean, I'm accelerating pretty slow here because it is a slow accelerating car, but top end, it's just got so much more than anyone else. And the handling as well is that much better than everybody else. Landmines, I mean, who put these on? Oh, did well there. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a hairpin here. That's the other thing as well. This thing's practically indestructible. Nice, I'll take that bump. And now the other thing is, I use a turbo, which I have done here. You'll see my speed goes back down to a maximum, which is like it was on the other course. That was garbage. So you'll notice that it's very handy using a turbo with it. You really make... See, that wasn't ideal yet. Still haven't lost that much speed. And still pretty close. There we go. Right. Hammer this turbo here. Try and get some good top speed going. See you later, Pico. And now, Dr. Fox. No, that's not your name. Allegedly. Oh, God, that was poor. Once again, could have been worse. Somehow still in first. Oh, and I went over a mine. I'll have to get some energy here, I think. Sweeping corner, though. Need to save the thing I get here. Save the last turbo I get. You just never know, do you? Right, back around here. I really need to switch on. I need to play a lot better than I did in that last course. Because these courses get hard really soon. Next one's really hard, if I'm being honest. And the problem is you get it quite early, so you haven't had a chance to build up a bank of lives like you did by the time I got to Whiteland. Oh, no, man. Get the turbo, you're not a problem. Get the old turbo. I mean, really? That's such bollocks. We're alright. Jesus, wet. That's not, doesn't help at all, though, really. Yeah, that's poor. Very poor. Right. Deathwind 2. Like I say, either the hardest or the second hardest course on the old game for me. Nudge here from the green, yeah. What we've got to try and do here is there's a couple of arrows. I've got to try, if I can, tits, come on. I've got to try and kind of avoid them really, because they just send you ploughing into stuff. Come on. This is garbage. Settle. Right, miss this one. And then get some energy back. See, that's alright. Providing that if I can hit this speed arrow here, hit that. Jesus. What am I saying? It's not too bad. I'll get a turbo here that'll save. Actually, no, I'll use it here so I can turbo over these. You'd have to swerve them. It should just... Come on. That's him. It's just... It's alright, it's alright. Come on. Perfect. Yeah, still doable. Keep hold of this turbo now. Shit. We'll take that. I'm not going to play it for a second like I meant that, because I really didn't. Come on. Get some energy. That's a result. Come on, I've got to hit this. I held it together as well. That's a touch. Right, 2 laps. Sod it. Turbo there. Got another one spare. It should. Slow me down just before I get to this. Oh, I'm going to hit this on. How did that... Never mind. I had to do that then. I would have lost a lot of places. Don't know if I'm going to get that. Never mind. What are we on? Final lap, second. Yeah, it's doable. Come on. Just focus. It's fine, it's fine. Got a turbo left, if worst comes to worst. We'll take that. Solid. You can see why that's so hard now. Onwards 2. Port Town 2. Don't remember too much. Oh, this one with the jump at the start, isn't it? Might as well let them all go past me, realistically. Because I need to hit this jump. Or else I am completely frigged. Because you ain't got the acceleration in this, you see, to make it up. In here, yeah. Right, let's. Really need to do that, but why not? Deal, but still. Keep hold of the turbos. Get the energy as well. Might make this here. Let's have a look. Yeah, I did. That's decent. Right, let's nip to the left here. A bit of energy. 2 laps left. I'm in second. Yeah, it's not too bad. Who's winning? Of course he is. Dr. Fox. Why? I never get how he always ends up winning. Computer way too high opinion of how good that car is. Right, I'll let a turbo here on the when it straightens out. Did well there. .478 though. A lot of top end this. Come on. It's alright, it's alright. Oh god, it might not be now. Come on. See, that's such bollocks that he hits that and doesn't blow up. Got it, I think. Yeah. Extra life as well. Naughty. Yeah, that last lap. That last lap, though. Red Canyon 2. Where all the bandits of the clan that I'm king of hangouts. You think they'd give me a bit of a leg up? Do you know what I mean? Start dropping some shots on these fools. But anyhow, yeah, this is the one with the hidden bit. But you can't do it until you've done one lap, because you need a turbo to do it, basically. That's such bollocks. Like, I really didn't need that. Because I need all my light. Well, crashed out straight away, eh? Right, I need to give him a bit of room then, I guess. That's garbage, innit? Right, anyhow, focus. This dickhead. Right, yeah, just ignore the jumps for the time being. It's left turn here, is it? Oh yeah, that's it. Through the landmines. There's a sharp turn here, isn't there? Yeah. See, that's why having that better handling, you just notice it. Right. See if we can hit the... Shall we? Oh, sod it. Let's have a crack at it in the secret jump bit. Now, you've seen the way we go normally. That was the way I just did. Okay. It's alright. Still doable. Sod it. Nailed it. Oh. No, we're alright. Did nail that, in all fairness. Three more laps on this. What we are now? Two more, yeah. Oh, that was the one, wasn't it? Didn't hit the side or anything. Oh! Might struggle here. Somebody might catch me up a bit. Yeah, I thought he would. Never mind. Hopefully, I can try and make a bit of time up. I'll do the secret jump and try and make a bit of time. Secret, I've done it like 4 times. I'll do that at the shortcut jump, try and make a bit of time up. I'm going to have to now, aren't I? Right, let's give him a bit of room. I don't want to get hit here. Like that. Oh, for this means I'm going to have 1 life to try and do the... Unless... Now, what'd you get? 2,500 you get, don't you, for a win? This is such bollocks. Like, of all I spent so long getting my head around the... it means I'm going to have 1 crack at doing the hardest level in the game, doesn't it? Of course it does. This one's so easy normally. Like, just have to stay away from the jumps, just not do them at all. Don't know how I didn't hit those mines there, to be honest with you. Don't think we're going to hit it. No, I think you get something like 900. If you finish a lap and you're in first, I think you get like 900. I ain't going to get that here. What am I on now? Yeah, 400 for that. 5 lots 400 is 230. Yeah, I'm still not going to get anywhere near it. I don't know, like... Not like this, I can't, let's be honest. Right, I can make up some time with that thingy though, so that's not a big problem. Just need to get some health back. That's all it is. Right, leave that. And then, right, let's try and get this, because I'm in 6 at the moment. Straight in the third. Mint. I'm still going pretty fast as well. Maybe we'll get up in second here. No, I don't think I will. Close though. Tits, I could have done with a bit of health. That really is a bit of health as well. We'll see. Finishing to be a friggin' start. I mean, that's so dangerous. Why did you even do that? Right, so you need to... Yeah, this is the one. Come on. In first. Need to finish this in first. I think I should do, yeah. Need to try and get the other side of him and get some energy. So 2 9s is 18 and then 2 5. Yeah, I think that's going to be... Or is it enough? I can't work it out. Yeah, that'll be enough. So if I finish... Oh, I don't know if you get... No, I sod it. So I'm trying to work it out. No sense. Right. Made that as well. Nice. I made that a bit too early, but I haven't. We're okay. Come on. I need this. Nice. Right, just leave that. Try and hit this. Okay, come on. All depends if you get points for this lap as well. Let's find out. Probably just get 2.5 for that. Oof, 19.4. But if I can do 1 lap and finish first. Oh no, I've got 1 extra one after this. So I've got... okay, so I have got quite a few here. Right, let's go. This, the last race of the old game. So as you might imagine, it's pretty hard. A lot of really, really sharp turns like this one here. There's not ideal places to use turbos, but that's not a bad one because you can basically just move over those kind of little grill bits. Right, round again. Come on. I don't need that. Alright. Stay on this bit. Could go this, yeah, I will go this actually, because this is how you get this, but also there's the opportunity to do that out of the corner, which will give me full speed up here. Tits. I'm trying to hit any of those mines. I'm on the wrong side as well for this corner. Never mind. Not too bad. See, so I can go... Dick. I can go over these without taking too much damage. 100% going to hit this thing here. Why wouldn't I? Oh no, I didn't. Come on. Ah! Fuck's sake, I didn't need that. Bollocks, I'm really going to struggle there. I don't get any points for that, will I? 200. Still doable. Not going to be easy, though. Not going to be easy by any stretch. We're alright. Can I get past him before this hairpin? Yeah. Solid. What I really need to do is make sure I go to the left to get a bit of energy back, but more importantly, get that speed boost. So with a top speed car like this, it's so important. Here we go. So around here, bit of energy, speed boost, and then inside. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And I got an extra life there as well. So don't forget the mines. In a third. Not done too badly there. After a fairly disastrous start, if you're being honest. Oh god, I want the best. Turbo here. Get on the inside. There you go. Jesus. We're alright. Just about. Same thing again. Need to get energy. He's right on my arse as well, isn't he? Oh, frick. Never mind. You can get... Same again. Oh, fuck. Right. Not ideal. Pretty far from ideal, to be honest with you. We'll see. Just need to finish third or above. That hasn't helped anything. And I'm on power down as well, so I haven't got full speed for the old look. No, I'm done here. At least I got an extra life, I suppose. Yeah, I'm completely toast here. Yeah, I might as well just crash. Oh. Close, though. It's doable. It's easily doable. Where was I? 5th, 6th, 4th. Yeah, I was making steps in the right direction. 2 more cracks at this, then. Right. Just stay on the left-hand side here, you might as well. Just miss all those mines. This way it starts getting hard because you turn the dead sharp. The road's really narrow as well. You have to really kind of slow it down. I'll go left here and then there you go. Hold this left line here. Get a bit of that. That's better, you see. Tits that wasn't, but never mind. We're alright. Stay on this side just because you've got the widest line in the corner and because you don't have to worry about dodging the mines here. Not too bad. Right. Danger getting left behind there. lost quite a bit of energy there, though. So I'll need to make sure that I get quite a bit back. I'm on half energy here. Probably going to get hit into the wall here as well. Twat. Come on. Tits. I'll slow down a bit here. Yeah. Slow down a little bit, but get quite a bit of speed through here. Really going to struggle here. I need some solid performances. Fuck off. Right. Come on, don't get that horrible noise. Horrible noise where you know your power's low. Come on. Wrong side. Bollocks. Never mind. Oh god, there's so much traffic here. I've done badly there. But I slowed down quite a bit, so I'll probably get a check marker in a sec. Yeah, I see. Hopefully. Can I get inside? Yeah. The problem is on bits like this, you just can't accelerate fast enough in this. But if you had a car that could accelerate fast enough, you'd have died by now. Just how much damage you've ended up taking on board. Fuck off. It's alright. Not ideal, but depends if I get hit here, to be honest with you. Final lap, right, third. I need to maintain third. Doable. Come on. Yeah, that's worked out well. I need to get around here. Get past this gear. Come on. Oh, fuck you. Right. What are we down to? I think we're too bad. That won't help though. Come on. Come on. Sit down! Holy shit, that was close. Sorry, I might wake the dog up there. Probably wake my wife up as well. It remains to be seen whether it's worth it. The level of absolute roasting I'm inevitably going to get when I stop making this video. But still. Jesus wept. What a project. Had everything, didn't it? And that is F-Zero. All 3 cups won. And with a different chip, which is a nice thing to see. You can see how hard it is as well, and how kind of just how tense that last bit was. But I mean, that's why it's so good, really. There's another 2 levels of difficulty after this one. There's a difficult, I think, and then there's a master. I want to say there's beginner, standard. I want to say it's called difficult, and then master, basically. And yeah, it gets stupidly harder then. But you get like a hidden, kind of sort of hidden ending. See, after that 3rd lap there, I hit my stride there, didn't I? That was decent. But yeah, that's why that kind of thingy is the best as well. That craft is the best one. And if I press exit, it just takes me back to the demo screen there. I had F-Zero. I hired it from a video shop originally. I had it for a couple of days, and it was, yeah, I just loved it. I remember beating it on, I want to say I beat it on standard a couple of times. I beat it on whatever the next one is, difficult. I beat the first cup on difficult. And I think long term, it's going to be a game that I'm going to come back to, probably for some Saturday bonus content. I might try and do like, I don't know, like, because the cups themselves are kind of good length if you do them kind of difficult. So that'd be quite cool to do. Maybe use a different craft or something like that, because you haven't seen the gold one yet, as much as it's rubbish. It's worth seeing. You do see the differential between all of them. But this is such a bold statement from Nintendo about what they were about, really, and about what the system was about. This is perhaps one of the most Super Nintendo titles, if that makes any sense, that was ever released. It had everything that you'd want from a SNES game, and loads of stuff you didn't realise you wanted. This guy's really decent on this demo. He doesn't hit the side once. But yeah, it's one of those games that I know most people have played. Most people have got kind of good memories of. And the series went on. There was versions of this on the N64. There was versions on the GameCube. There was handheld versions on the Game Boy Advance, I want to say. It's one of those titles that came out of nowhere, really, for Nintendo. It was a launch title. They wanted to show people what they could do with the system, and a lot of people criticised Pilot Wings, as much as there's a lot of people who think it's quite good. At the time, people said, well, it's just kind of a demo of what your system can do. It's just all about rotation, and the gameplay's not really that solid, and it's a kind of system demo almost. In the way that when you bought the PlayStation 1, you got that demo disc with the big dinosaur that you could move around. Or on some of these early SNES games, there was like features where you could do a mode where you could just spin things around to just show you the power of the system. Super Elite had one, I want to say. But it was more than that, because if it was just if F-Zero was just a demonstration of the system's capacity, it wouldn't have had the cult following that it had, and it wouldn't still be as playable as it is to this day, really. It's the solid AAA gold standard Nintendo gameplay that just sees this game on that kind of pantheon of SNES games that you really should play if you haven't played them before. Get involved with it, because as you can probably see by that whole there was a bit of swearing, I do apologize about that, but from the whole experience, really, it's one of those games that it just gives you so much if you put the time in, and that's what's missing, I think, in a lot of respects from a lot of the games now. I think they're fast becoming interactive kind of, interactive kind of movies, I guess, that you just kind of watch and amble along with. There's no sense of progression, or there's no sense of getting better at something, or developing a skill or a craft, and that's what this feels like. That's what these games feel like. You're kind of getting yourself to a point where you couldn't be previously. It's that personal sense of kind of embetterment, and whatever we do, whatever you want to do in life, that sense of not being good at something and then being good at something is massively empowering, be it playing games or running marathons or riding bikes or anything physical or non-physical or mental, or anything that you do that you slowly recognize that you're getting better at is physically rewarding, because you understand the sacrifices that you've made in order to get to where kind of you are with what you're doing, because none of this comes easy, none of it at all. But I mean, if you want easy, you go play Crash Bandicoot or something, because you probably suck if you're playing that. Absolute savages. That's aimed at one person, primarily one person I share an office with. I doubt he's even got all the way to the end of this video. Bless him. Millennials. Anyhow, I'm off, I reckon. Episode 43 next week. Interesting. I haven't really got an idea of what I'm going to do. As you might imagine, I kind of get quite wiped out when I do a clear that's quite big like this. I've got a few games that I've got an idea of where I'm kind of at with them, so I'll get recording over the next couple of days. But for now, what I am going to do is I'm going to go to bed. It's quite late. Apologise for the members of this household who I woke up by shouting, and maybe put the kettle on. Who knows? Until next time, my good friends, I will see you on the next episode of One Credit Classics. Take care.